Morty, wake up!
Everyone sees Morty as the scared sidekick, the awkward kid who follows Rick through every nightmare, but no one ever asks, how does it feel to be a kid who's been broken, erased, and remade more times than he can count? You were never supposed to be special, just a regular kid in a regular house. School, family, awkward crushes, small problems. But then Rick showed up, and suddenly your life didn't belong to you anymore. It belonged to him, his adventures, his chaos, his rules.
Morty, you gotta come on. Gotta get out of here.
You're tugging me too hard.
You were 14, but you've lived 1,000 lives since. You've seen worlds die. You've watched yourself die. You've been erased, replaced, duplicated, and expected to just keep moving. And every time you wanted to say, I can't do this, he reminded you, you're lucky I even bring you. So you swallowed it. Because saying no was never really an option.
I haven't been to a full week of school in years. I don't know shit. And for what? How many enemies do you have to have? Why is everything a fight with you?
You might want to learn this early, Morty. Life is a fight.
You kept telling yourself it was worth it. The danger, the trauma, the nightmares. Because at least you were important to him. You wanted to matter. Not just be the dumb kid tagging along, but someone Rick needed. Someone he respected, but respect was never part of the deal. You were the sidekick, the pawn, the disposable backup plan. Every time you got hurt, he fixed you. Every time you died, he replaced you. And every time you questioned it, he'd remind you how small you are compared to him. You tried to hold on to school, to Summer, to Jessica, to anything that felt normal. But the deeper you went into Rick's world, the harder it was to find your way back. Because once you've seen what you've seen, you don't get to be normal again. It never stopped. The multiverse. The deaths, the choices you weren't ready to make. You've lived full lives inside fake realities, spent decades trapped in simulations, watched entire versions of your family disappear like they were never real to begin with. You've killed, you've been killed, you've seen versions of yourself do things you can't even say out loud, and every time you tried to process it, Rick acted like it was just another Tuesday. Don't think too hard about it, Morty, but you do. You always do, because while he jumps to the next universe, you're still carrying the weight from the last one, and no one seems to notice how heavy it's gotten. There comes a point when even survival feels hollow. You tried to stand up for yourself, you tried to set boundaries, you tried to be more than just his pawn, but every time you pulled away, he pulled you back. Not because he cared, because he needed you. You were never a partner. You were a tool, a piece of leverage, and when you broke, he'd just fix you like everything else in his lab. But some breaks don't heal. You started to see it. How many versions of you never made it? How many Mortys were thrown away, abandoned, forgotten? And you wondered if maybe, deep down, you were always disposable. You learned how to numb it, how to play along, how to act like you're okay. Sometimes you even believed it. You got braver, smarter, started making your own choices, even stood up to Rick, but the damage never really left. Every adventure still carried that question. Is this the time I don't come back? Every joke covered another scar. Every sarcastic line hid the same fear, that you'll never really be free. Because no matter how much you grow, you're still trapped inside his world. A world you never chose, but one you can't seem to escape. You've seen infinite versions of yourself. Some evil, some broken, some long dead. And the scariest part? You're not sure which one you're becoming. Because even now, after everything, you still look to Rick for approval. You still want to matter to him. And every time he shrugs you off, every time he replaces you, a little more of you disappears. You've grown. You fought back, but you never got your childhood back. And deep down, part of you still wonders, if I wasn't useful, would he even keep me around? Morty's story isn't about sci-fi or jokes. It's about a kid who keeps surviving things he was never built to survive. And maybe that's why it hurts so much. Because sometimes, the worst scars aren't the ones you can see. They're the ones you carry, even when the adventure's over.